welcome back. Lovely intro music thanks to Star Wars theme song. Today we are actually going to talk about logos. Woo, woo, woo. So of course I had to show you one of my favorite ones, Star Wars. This is a specific kind of logo which has to do with font, which we will get into right now. But before we do, let's review. We have 6 main types of advertisement techniques we are talking about. The first one, humor, then shock, emotion, demonstrate, comparative, and celebrity endorsement. Let's get to these logos. There are 3 main types of logos we are going to work on and learn about, which is monograms, word marks, and pictorial marks. The very first one is monograms. Monograms use the initials of companies or businesses, and they're pretty easy to remember this way, like NASA or HBO or HP or PBS Kids. They're also good for businesses with long names because not many people know that NASA stands for National Aeronautics and Space Administration. That's pretty hard to say. Try saying it 5 times fast. HBO stands for Home Box Office. HP, I was even surprised about this. I had no idea. It stands for Hewlett Packard. And then IBM, which stands for International Business Machines. And then PBS, Public Broadcasting Services. So, a little fun fact, if you choose to do a monogram, make sure it's just the initials of your company's name, not your product's name, your company's, because the logo is for the company itself, not the individual product. The next one we have is a word mark. So just like my shirt, Star Wars has its own little word mark because it is a franchise, even though it is owned by Disney, which is another word mark logo, as you see in the bottom right down there. Disney has its own little fonts, which make each word mark unique. So when you're doing word marks, you want to think of the fonts that you are using that will make it stand out. But you also want to make sure that they are legible, which means easy to read. Google, Coca-Cola, TikTok even, and Visa are very well-known word mark logos. This uses the full name of the company. It works well with unique names like TikTok and Google because they're kind of weird, so people tend to remember them more. And the font, like I said, very important. So if you have a really fun, maybe a weird name for your company, I would say use a word mark. The next one you are going to see is a pictorial mark. These are very, very, very common nowadays, especially with everybody having iPhones or iPads. You're going to see these for apps all over the place. They are very common with social media. As you see, the bird represents Twitter, the little camera is for Instagram, the apple is for Apple, Target for Target, and the Starbucks logo, which I really don't know what that is, but I just always know that that's Starbucks. Very weird. I think it's a mermaid. I think if you view out, I don't know. Might be. Who knows really? But it's memorable because it's a different, unique design. So that's one thing to keep in mind that, they're only images and not words included, so you really need to make it unique. It should be something that represents your company's name, like Twitter. Well, a bird represents Twitter. Target, an actual Target, I mean, that makes sense. Apple, Apple. So think about your company's name and try and think of a picture that would remind people of your company if you choose a pictorial mark. Now, these can look like icons on a iPhone, so this is kind of, I really enjoy these. I don't know why, but these are like my favorite ones. So the next thing we're going to do is we're going to look at a student example, aka my example. My company name is Joys and Toys. So I chose to do the watermark, or sorry, word mark, not watermark. Long day. I chose to do the word mark and I chose to do the whole name of the company. Now I added some fun designs to the Z, even though there's different colors. I wanted to play around with the fonts. It's very legible. You can read it. I even added little spots on there because, I miss spots. Feel free to add your own little personal, unique style to it as well. The more personal and the more unique, the better it will be for your company. So now your job for today, your activity is to draw a logo for your company. Again, this is for your company's name, not the product you created, the company itself. So make sure you know what the company name will be and choose one of the three ways to make it. Again, we have monograms using the initials. We have word marks, so using the whole name, or you can make just a picture that represents the business name. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I really hope you enjoy making your logos, and I look forward to seeing them. Bye guys!